Hello, hello. I'm known from nowhere, and I am back again. Oh man. Okay. Oh, I suddenly feel really sick. Okay, wait a second. I gotta BRB real quick. Oh my gosh. Hello, VR. I'm so sorry. I gotta be. I literally started, and I've been sick all morning, and I'm like, oh shoot, I gotta keep going. Back and forth, and I'm gonna go be sick again real quick. You know. BRB 5 minutes. Like, I thought I was done. I was not done. I was not done being sick. That's crazy, honestly. There we go. I'll put this up. The new BRBs. Okay, I'm so sorry. I'm back. I'm back. I'm so sorry. I didn't start the stream earlier this morning because I was feeling sick, and I went to the movies last night at like 11 o'clock, and so I was not eight, late, out super late. So, oh, okay. Thank you for your patience. I'm so sorry. I thought I was done. I thought I was done being sick, and I wasn't. We're doing doodle streams. We're doing game streams. We're doing a lot of stuff today. You know, streams are now starting to transition to stuff that isn't just one game or just one thing. I'm starting to transition to just more diversity, more stuff, longer streams. Because, what's the words I'm looking for? Because I like streaming. It matters to me. And hopefully one day it matters to other people. I mean, like, not like matters like, oh my gosh, like crazy, but it's like, hey, there's that funny internet guy. I want to see what he's doing today. I want to watch him scream. I want to watch him cry. I want to watch him just do a thing for like a few minutes. And it matters to me. I feel like every time you come in here, VR, you're like, you should do a VR chat stream or like a Gartic phone stream, which is okay. I'm all about that. But it's one of those things where I'm like, we've talked about this, you know? It's one of those things to where it's like perfect world, perfect scenarios. We do it. But we don't. And we can't. And it sucks. But that's reality. 'Cause all it takes is one person to just put a slur in. So, right? One thing that's just too inappropriate. Just go a little too far with one joke, and it's ruined. And I'm not doing that. Maybe if I was like a cajillion billion like years in the future and I actually have like a following and there's other content creators that are like, yo, let's just play a game and let's just stream it and let's just have fun. It'd be possible, but it's not. A Jackbox, Gartic phone, like any party game that lets you input your own drawings and answers is just straight impossible. Along with like public VR. Public VR is so diabolical. It's insane to me. Right now I'm just kind of just letting my hand do whatever, but yeah. I'm sorry that's not the answer you want to hear, but that's reality, unfortunately. You know, when it's like, oh man, do I get this new video game I really want, or do I pay rent? And it's like, we gotta pay rent. We can't get the game. Well, I've been trying to just like get some more sketches done and more stuff to get the model put together. So I've just been practicing off stream between being sick and what's-it-calls it's, you know, what's the words I'm looking for? Just kind of getting stuff put together as quickly as I humanly can off stream while maintaining, you know, like human responsibilities, relationships, and all that other normal stuff, you know, because I want to get my potato looking right. This potato head, I feel like I can get it all right, you know. Put that line there, one line across. I always feel like I make it too narrow. Like, what's the words I'm looking for? The words I'm looking for is like when I doodle, it's not like a straight one for one of the generic like anime boy and girl template, because it's like when you do like an anime like boy or girl, the heads are like kind of sort of like this, but they're wider, you know, they go like much wider like this. And it's wild to me because it's just one of those things to where it's like if you look at like animation and drawings from like the 90s and 80s, like you can see just like how the head shape changes. Like Dragon Ball Z, it's got like the super sharp, and then you got like the head, you know, because that's like 80s 90s, and now we have like a more sophisticated shape like this, but it's like a little bit wider besides like the line, you know. So it's just like a little bit, it's like my head, but just wider and just more shapely, if that makes sense. As stuff is not stuff, but as time gone by and like the doodles, I'm trying to do it, but I'm not too good at doing it. You know what I mean? You know, this is more closer to like what the more modern heads look like versus like this, to where it's like massive forehead. That's why everyone in like early 2000s, like anime characters had like giant freaking foreheads because they just did heads like that. And obviously, if you got massive brain, massive dome, big scalp, you're gonna have a ton of hair. But it's one of those things where it's like that's mainly Dragon Ball Z, and it was one of those things where it's like back in the 80s, like stuff was different. Times are different. Art wasn't what it was today. And watching art progress to this day is always amazing. Progress is always truly amazing to watch every day. I feel like every time I open up my stream to listen to my own voice, I hate it. I hate it every time. I can't stand it. Like, the voice in my head is, like, just a pitch lower, and then I listen to my own voice, and I'm like, oh my god, I sound like a whiny little man that just whines all the time. And I hate it. I hate it so much. Alright, give me a second. I'm just getting some stuff. Yeah, they go crazy with the chin and eyes. Oh yeah, they also do go crazy with the chin and eyes. You know what's crazy to me? The amount of people that, like, I have that, like, subscribe to me, that, like, it's one of those things where it's like, oh my gosh, like, you have, like, 600 people, like, subscribed, and it's like, yeah, it's really nice. But, like, majority of them, if not all of them, don't watch. And that's okay. It's one of those things where it's like, it's impossible to have everyone watch. But the amount of people that do come by, say something like the comment earlier to it's like, do Gartic phone, and then they leave. Like, the amount of people that stop by a stream, say something, and then leave, I feel like that's a more like normalized stream thing, to where it's like, yo, you go to like, I don't know, like any like giant VTuber with like an agency, and it's like, oh man, you jump in, you scream what you want, and you leave because they're never gonna reply. But it's like when you stop by like little streams, I feel like you are gonna get a reply, but a lot of people just leave. And it sucks because I don't get like a chance to like communicate, talk, say a bunch of weird stuff. It's just like I have like a sum total of like 3 seconds to make an impression, and I didn't even know the timer started. And it sucks. It's just one of those things I was thinking about this morning too. There's a lot of stuff I think about, like mainly like before stream. It's just like I'm so stressed because it's one of those things where it's like, yo, it's public speaking, but it's not public speaking, and I don't like this nose at all. I thought I'd start with the nose because I was like, I'll just work my way out from the center because that's what you're supposed to do. You know, in like normal art, you know, when you work with paints, charcoal, ink, like any piece you work on in physical media, you work from the center and you work your way out, because if you work your way from the center, you can't smudge it with your hand. Also, pro tip, don't, yeah, start from center. Center's where you always want to start whenever you're doodling IRL. I mean, like digital media, I love it because I can just be like, oh, I want to do here. I want to do here. Oh, I can just like work here, work here. Oh, I can finish this entire like bit here, and then I don't have to worry about it anymore. But, hmm. I'm not a fan of that right there. Yup. I mean, like, the way I always did it, IRL, is I always start with the mouth, because that's my favorite part, and then I like to go from there. And it's not like I go, like, hard on the mouth. I'm like I'm doing right now. I'm like, a little line, and then, like, I'm like, bottom line, and I'm like, all right, there we go. I'm like, I got an idea of what I want from my mouth, like, IRL, and then I come back to it. I like putting just, like, info down on the page. It's nice. It's encouraging. It's like, okay, I got, like, that all marked out, you know, when you're, like, laying the foundations for a house in Minecraft. It's like, whoa, I put my cobblestone down to where I want all the walls to be. Now all that's left is, like, the hard work of just, like, the 30 minutes of placing the blocks. Like, I don't gotta imagine where the blocks go, because I already did all the heavy lifting of figuring out where block go. There's been some, because it's one of those things where I'm like, yo, like, I've been having just, like, a lot of change in my life recently, and it's one of those things to where, 2 years of doing this, I thought I'd be farther, but it's good to not be at 20 subscribers. And I've been talking about this the past few days, and it's one of those things where it's like, it really is in my brain like a bad song right now. And it's hard to shake, like, genuinely. And how do I want to do hair? Definitely wanna do. Yeah, like that. All right. Hmm. Okay. Hmm. Okay, hair. No, 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 no. Whoops. But it's one of those things where it's like, dang, all this stuff, I'm not where I want to be, and that's okay. I'm sorry, I have my phone blaring, and I was like mid-conversation, and my phone was like, Pac-Man? Don't you want to buy the new Pac-Man game that's coming out on the Nintendo Switch? It's like, no, I don't want to buy the new Pac-Man game coming on the Nintendo Switch too. Why would I want that? You know I don't have it. Stop trying to market this to me. You know what I don't like about this, like, new head design-ish? I just can't seem to, like, especially on stream, because, like, I'm doing everything, like, from guesswork at some points. Like, this is, like, I'm trying right now to just, like, make concepts for, like, a model, and it's not going the best for me. Obviously, you can tell. Because I'm just, like, doing a lot of guesswork, and I was doing some, like, goofiness, like, before this stream too, while I was being sick. It was like, oh, bathroom, back to attempting this doodle, and then it's just like, oh, bathroom, back to doing this doodle, bathroom. But gosh, you ever start talking and you're like, shoot, I lost my train of thought. I'm at train of thought being lost right now, like, constantly. And I apologize. It's one of those things where I'm like, whenever I start streaming, I'm like, all right, we're getting our brain all figured out. We're gonna silence the voices, the many voices, and we're just gonna, you know, just, like, center ourselves, get brain moving correctly. And it sucks because I can't always get that. And today, I think, at least for the first 20, like, 30 minutes, maybe even the hour, I'm gonna be like, I'm just gonna be all over the place, and I apologize. I think I wanna Get rid of that. The voices. The many voices. No, but no, when I start streaming, I got like a kajillion billion talking points I want to talk about with everyone, and then I'm like, shoot. I want to talk about any of these things, but I also want to talk about all of them all at once. Like, I want to talk about Twitch, I want to talk about YouTube, I want to talk about movies, I want to talk about TV shows, I want to talk about you know, this really cool philosophy I heard this morning, because I'm going down a philosophy hole. And, you know, just like funny ways. What is your funniest crash out? I don't think I've had any like funny crash outs. Like I don't have crash outs like people would expect. Especially on stream. Like, you know, when people are like, oh my god, I'm gonna crash out, and they start like screaming and like just being crazy. I don't do that. I just break down, I get quiet, and then I go to sleep. And then I wake up, and then I'm better. Like there's no like big dramatic like, oh my god, like, bro, what are you doing? It's just like, oh, what's the words I'm looking for? There's no big drama. There's no big theatrical. It's just that's a thing that happened, and we're just gonna move along. I always feel like I do the hair different every day. It irritates me. Hold up. I wanna see how I did it yesterday. How did I do it the other day? That's how I did it. I did it as one shape. Okay. How did I do it the other day? Okay, I layered it, and then I made that a thing that happened in the back. Okay. I do it every, like, I can't express to you how many times I've changed up the hair. And then it changes day to day, and it's crazy to me. But I'll say this, about crashing out. A lot of the time, it's not worth it. There's minor inconveniences that'll happen, and that's okay. But oftentimes, it's not worth it. Like, genuinely, it ain't worth. It's not worth blowing your stack. You just keep smiling. Don't let anyone think they got underneath your skin. And just stay calm and collected. And then most of the time, the script will flip. And then they'll be the one that's absolutely, as the people say, start crashing out. Which is great. And I love it. I was doing it the other day. Before my movie, I was playing Ultra Rumble. Hello, I'm going to Rue now. I am in a car. I'll be there in a couple minutes, and then I'll be back. Okay. Yeah, I know I need to make a reference sheet. I need to get that put together, but it's one of those things where it's like, I need to just keep practicing until I can get to the reference sheet level, because I'm not at a proper skill level to where I'm like, dang, okay, time to get the reference sheet and be able to do this correctly every time. And I also want to make the hair believable, because the hair at this point isn't layered correctly oftentimes. So it's one of those things where I'm like, I just need to get the hair to a point where I'm like, dang, that's how we did the hair. And I talked about that on past streams, Cleo, because you bring up like a really good point to where it's like, yo, this is the reference sheet for our dude. This is how like the hair looks from this angle, this angle, this angle, this angle. But there's still like some points of my dude to where I'm like, how do I want to do this? How do I want to do the physics of this world? Because we could have the Goku Astro Boy aesthetic to where it's like, yeah, their heads turn, but their hair has the same points almost on a supernatural level to where their hairs have some fixed points at any angle. And I'm like, am I doing that? Am I not doing the fixed points? And that's really important. Like a lot of cartoons and a lot of animated shows do have, especially cartoons, not so much anime, but a lot of cartoons do have the fixed points. Like, it's insane. Unless you're working with 3D models, they don't have fixed points because then they don't have to think about it. They just make the hair and then they just move the models, which is a completely different thing to where you still need the reference sheet, but you don't need the reference sheet for every frame because, you know, it's a physical thing. But that's just like some developmental stuff to where I'm like, I'm trying to figure that out. And I'm also just trying to just like work on my line work. I'm trying to just like watch tutorials. I'm trying to like look at diagrams of heads at different angles and just make sure streams like this just go off easier. But what I was talking about earlier is that if you essentially just keep smiling, keep a pleasant tone, anyone who's bothering you, they're just gonna go freaking insane. Like, genuinely. I was doing it yesterday, so if you watch the Ultra Rumble streams or when we play Ultra Rumble, I got a few friends, and occasionally we rage bait a little bit. I don't like doing it though. It's not a kind thing to do to another person, but it's one of those things where it's like I'm inclined to rage bait. If they're trying to rage bait me, I'm like, I'm just gonna flip the script. It's not hard. Like, genuinely. I always feel like I make the hair and then I always sculpt the jawline differently. Yeah. Exactly those people. But this is the point right now to where I'm like, do I want to change the angle at the face or the head? It's always hard to do on stream because I always want to like be able to read what you guys put, but I also need reference photos. Like, we can, like, this is like my preferred, like, gosh. I'm trying to just like have fun sketching, and there's a part of my brain's like, no, we have to do everything like super structure and super good. It's like, no, we can just have fun sketching, guy. And it's like, nuh-uh, we can't have fun. There is no such thing as fun in this world. There is only maximum efficiency. We gotta min-max every stream. It's like, bro, we don't gotta min-max every stream. That's exhausting. Hair is one of those things where when everyone draws it, they're like, I normally draw my hair in a way to where it's like until it looks good. But oftentimes drawing hair to the state of it looking good makes it impractical. And I've talked about this in past streams, and it's one of those things where it's hair isn't like, it's one of those things on every character to where it's like, oh yeah, it's great, it's my favorite part, and I like drawing the hair too, but it's one of those things to where you gotta figure it out and get it right. And you got to be able to replicate that every time. Like, side of my head, I got that down, you know, more or less. We got the 2 bits of hair on the side. We got the 2 little horns on the side. But you got to get the hair right. Like I said, like fixed points, how the curvature of it goes, and drawing till it looks correct is not correct because you're just adding more and more hair, and hairs come down like patches and ribbons, and this made it just sound like complete gibberish to you. So it's like patches, ribbons, that has nothing to do with like hair at all. And it's like, no, like your hair lays in layers because that's how it grows in. And that's how it grows in on a lot of... That's just how hair is. Oh, I read the text wrong. It's okay. I read the text wrong all the time. But, yeah, hair is my arch nemesis, but also I like drawing it. Like, this right here, what I'm doing is wrong. Like, because, see, I put the crown over here, but the crown of where my hair grows is over here, but this is, like, the mentality of, like, yo, I want to draw it till it looks good. And that's wrong. Right there. That's what I'm talking about. Like, you start drawing it and you're like, oh, this is so fun, you know? And then people, when they draw their favorite anime characters, they put, like, the little, like, antennas or, like, the, whatever you want to call them, the crown of their head on whichever side they want, and they flip it. And it's like, why'd you flip it? And it's like, well, it looks better. It's like, yeah, it looks better, but it's wrong. It's wrong. There's a difference between, like, doodling for fun, which is what I do a lot of times, and then there's, like, the structure, this is right, this is wrong mentality. And this is part of the reason why I also stopped drawing for a really long time, because it quite literally drove me insane. And when I use the word literally, I mean quite literally I went insane. So I want to be able to do it right. I want to do it correct. I want to... And it's one of those things where it's like, you don't gotta, like, be, like, a task master like this. Like, it's one of those things where it's like, I want to improve. I want to do better. And I feel like I just want to get this bit correct the most right now. Bangs are also hard. Like, what's it called? Like, a lot of girls, like, girl hair is so much easier than boy hair. And you'd be like, no one, what are you talking about? Like that. I'm like, and this is a hot take. Okay, this is a hot take. Everyone's like, boy hair isn't hard, all right, because they have no hair. There's less hair to draw. There's no hair. And it's like, when you're making a girl, okay, it's so much easier because you can just be like, oh, look, she's got, like, we got a circle, and it's like, oh, she's got the square bangs, and it's like, oh, that's cute. And it's like, yeah, that's really cute. But then her hair, she'll have, like, this little bit right here, and then she'll have, like, oh, she has, like, the sideburns, and it's great because girls have more hair, so it's like, it looks more believable when you start adding hair. So it's like, oh, look, you have, like, that bits right there, and so you got that patch, and then you got that patch, and then you have the rest of the head back here, and then you could be like, oh, she's got, like, the ponytails, and it's like, oh my gosh, that looks so good. But it's like boy hair, it's like, boys just have less hair, and girls, they have so many different styles. Like, this is just like ponytails, and then this is just like bangs, and then a little bit of hair that's not tied into the ponytails. You can have it short, you could have it long, you can have a kajillion billion different styles for girls, but boys only have like 4 different styles of hair. But there's so many minor details that it blows my mind. Like when you fall down the hair cutting rabbit hole, And you may be like, no, and this quite literally sounds insane. And this is insane. This may not even be accurate. Honestly, I'm mainly just very frustrated in drawing guy hair. Like I've been watching and looking and researching and watching so many videos, and it's always just like a girl and she just draws girl hair, and it's just like, and it's that easy. And it's like, it's not that easy. Oh my God. There's no skeleton. There's no nothing. There's no structure. There's nothing. All right. Oh. And it's just I mean, like, the no structure thing, that's just hair just being hair. But hair does have a structure. I take that back. Hair does have a structure. And you know, you should know it if you're good, but I'm not good enough yet. And this is the purpose of a lot of these drawing streams, is to get there, is to practice, is to just keep making mistakes till eventually we don't. Okay, I think that's how I want to do it. So we'll have 1, 2, 3. Okay. You know what's hard most about this character? This is a character I drew like years and years and years. Like I have like a pile of sketchbooks and paper you wouldn't believe on this one character. And it's one of those things where I've done it because so many years of a character existing and being drawn without any structure, no reference sheet. It's just been sitting in class, doodling in my sketchbook, sitting at home, doodling in my sketchbook, like just working on it. It's insane, you know? It's like looking at all the different superhero costumes drawn for Marvel. It's like, oh my God, there is too much. You know, like all the different variants of Spider-Man. It's like, it's one skin tight suit. It's like, how many different ways can you draw one skin tight suit? The answer is almost infinite, honestly. Almost infinite. And it's like one skin tight suit with a spider gimmick, all right? See, this head doesn't look bad, all right? Like this hair is looking okay. Like it's taking shape. We're getting there. But what's it called? It's I'm gonna just like delete that side. That side, just shave it off. I hate it after 20 minutes, my phone's like on YouTube. It's like, are you done listening to music? It's like, no, I'm not done listening to the music. Turn it back on. Stop trying to turn it off on me. I don't want to get Spotify. I don't want to listen to ads. All right. And it's one of those things where it's like, YouTube's got ads. It's like, yeah, but YouTube also has like all my favorite videos already there. I don't want to go through Spotify and wrestle with them and want to skip a song and then have them be like, well, you're using the free version of Spotify, so you're going to have to listen to an ad before we let you skip. And it's like, I swear to God, I'm going to hunt you down and find where you live, Spotify, all the way down in Silicon Valley. I'm going to find your server and I'm going to hit it with a crowbar. Don't you test me. But Yeah, the hardest part is just getting structured correct right now. I feel like I should just zoom in, honestly. All right. Hair go like that. Hair go like that. You know what game I still want to play? I want to play the new Mario Kart. Like, I want to get that game just to play it on stream for the next like month. Like, I just want to sink 1,000 hours into that game, like genuinely. I think this stream, we're just going to attempt to get the reference sheet done. Like, I think I'm just going to hunker down and be like, okay, this is the reference sheet. This is how we're doing it. This is how we're going to assemble it. Because I can put together a reference sheet. I've done it before-ish. I mean, like, not, like, super, like, professional, but, like, we done reference sheets. And I think, honestly, this is the one part, too, about the hair. And I'm going back to the hair. I know. I'm still drawing the hair, all right? It's hard not to talk about hair when I'm doing the hair for, like, 20 minutes. Nintendo business tactics, I don't agree with, but goddamn, Nintendo can make a game. You can say what you want about Nintendo, but goddamn, they make a good game. They make a fun game, all right, every time. They make bangers. And that's not even like Nintendo glaze, like that's just straight up the facts. They make for fun. But the hardest part about the hair, because it's loosely based off me and I'm a real person, my hair changes day to day. Like, I cut my hair differently. I change, I grow, I cut, it lays differently. I get older, it changes, humidity changes, it frizzes out, it lays flat, it does different things. And so part of this too that makes it so hard versus than just like doing some just like, oh, random anime character. It's like, this isn't a random anime character. Like, it's an extension of me, you know? You know how, like, have you ever seen, like, Iron Man 2 and Iron Man's like, well, you can't have my suit because it's like a prosthetic. It's like an extension of me. You can't, like, this is what that is. And you may be like, that's an exaggeration. That's so over the top. And it's like, I know that's crazy and over the top, but that's what it is, and that's what it's been all my life. And that's what it's going to continue being, genuinely, till the day I die. And I just want to get this right. So I think this hair, except for like this part up here, is my favorite. Like, I like this swoop and I like this up bit. Just want to figure out how to, like, because the hair goes like boom, boom, from like, because this is like where our hair parts is right here. And so our roots back here, our parts right here. But this bit here has hair that's supposed to be going over, but I do have this bit that just kind of goes up, so I guess I gotta like put the hair like that, and then there's too much going on. Oh shoot, how do I do that? How did I just rotate that? Hmm. How did I do that? Give me a second. All right, there we go. I did that somehow, and that was so weird. I didn't even hit the buttons. Never even touched them. Yet it rotated. Put that back down. Why is he marketing a Pac-Man game? I don't think anyone has any interest in Pac-Man unless they're like 40. Mm. This is so freaking hard. This is one of those things where I'm thankful I'm working digitally because I can't burn a hole through the page, because I've genuinely have just like worked pieces of paper with a pencil so much that I've worn out the paper to where I just go through the page. It's not like a tear or anything. It's just like, oh, I just worked so hard at it that it, and I'm not even like pushing a lot. It's just one of those things where like I literally just like went through the page. King B, hello. I'm just getting some practice in real quick. I'm trying to have fun sketching, but I'm failing at it, unfortunately. I hope you're having a good day. I'm just talking about just like hair structures and how hair is annoying to doodle sometimes, and I'm just trying to get a reference sheet together today before we get into all our games. So we might have some Ultra Rumble we might try and do later. How do I want to do this? I want to lower that angle. That angle is too high. You can also see I got like just dead eyes right now. Boop, boop. This is just like dummy right now. Like not dummy, but like think like mannequin. Think like, yo, this is just like empty. And I'm just trying to just see, I'm like, how do I want to do the clothes? How do I want to like really edit this up? Not edit, but like where do I want to improve? Where do I want to like make little design changes? So let's just like get the rest of this info in. So we get the hood, we get that. We'll have just everything just kind of hang loose. Wait a second. I need to get that bit right there. Okay, so that's the end bit there. Put that there. Do. Yeah, there we go. I'm liking that a little bit more. Maybe like this is just a mess of lines. Like there's no structure. So a lot of times, like when you're sketching, these are like imaginary lines. If it helps to think about it like that. So a lot of times when you see like artist work in like a kind of, I can swap up the color too to make it more easier. But what's the words I'm looking for? Some people like to work with what I'm doing right now, which is like different colors. So they're like, this is the color I like to work with like at a certain point after black, because you've worked so much with the black to where it's like it just kind of starts looking like a blur. So some people like to add color like this to just be able to see their lines better and where the real lines are and where the fake ones are at. Put that there. Put these there. Also, this is kind of fun, just kind of just like outlining this real quick. I want that like that. No, I want it like this. A little bit of reds always. A little bit of color always brightens stuff up. We'll just go back to black. So I like this cloak. I always like this cloak. I think the cloak is cool. I've been watching more videos and just like re-updating and relearning a lot of the art stuff that I used to do. And it's one of those things where it's like, dang, I used to be, there's this other level of frustration when I doodle too, to where it's like, dang, I used to, imagine this, you used to be able to run a mile in 7 minutes, all right? And it's like, wow, you felt really good about it, you were proud about it, and you're like, wow, 7 minutes is a really good time to do a mile on a track. And then you come back to it years later, it's like, okay, I used to do 7-minute miles, so it's probably going to take me like, I don't know, let's say like 10 or 12 minutes. And then you go to do it and it took you 20, and it's like, oh my God. I'm so out of practice. I'm so out of shape. I'm so like absolutely, I don't want to say cooked, but like you're just like blasted in all the wrong ways. And that's another level of frustration that I'm also just like dealing with in my brain right now whenever I do doodles, to it's like, dang, I'm like, this right here is so simple. Design wise, it's like my brain's like, okay, this is easy, this is light work, we're gonna be in and out, and it's like I start it and my hands are just not cooperating, and it's frustrating too. I mean, like, obviously I'm not gonna get like, oh my God, I'm crash out, but it's like one of those things, so it's like, nope, wrong. I don't think I'm gonna add the arms on this fellow. I think I'm just gonna keep torso. Because he just, like I said, he's a mannequin. We're using him for hair practice. We're using him for torso. And then maybe legs, maybe legs. I really do got to figure out the boots. Because there was a few different designs for the boots I wanted for the shoes, and honestly, like first model, it don't got to have shoes, because a lot of models you see, and it's not even going to be like a full 3D or even 2D model. It's just going to be upper body, but it's one of those things where I'm like, I really do want to get these details hammered out. Because it is ideal to get details hammered out design-wise, so there isn't like conflictions later. Hmm. I'm not gonna add the legs just so we can have the full coat be visible. I gotta figure out how I want to do it though. So if we do the coat like that, like we kind of shoot. Now does it go down and around? Because that's how we cut the fabric. Like, do we cut the fabric so it's like shorter in front and longer in the back, or does it have like kind of like an imaginary wire in it and it kind of pops out? That's what you really got to figure out. Like, is our coat popping out, or is it just like drooping down so we have the fabric kind of like layered on itself? And this is what it kind of look like real quick. I'm just like working it out real quick. I'm doing just like rough things, so it's like, you know, we got like little ruffles, ruffles. And then it loops around back there. But hello, Deku, and welcome. I'm just doing... Which one isn't as glorious as the other art streams where I'm like working with like a cajillion billion colors? I'm just like trying to like work out this logistic crap that I've been putting off, and I'm like, dang it, I'm like, I'm just gonna do it this morning before like all the games and the funs and the other stuff. I mean, like, this is still like entertaining, and this is, I still would watch somebody do this because I'm like, yo, I really do enjoy the watching the process of other people's work art-wise, which is why I'm streaming it too. I was doing a little bit of this off stream, but I know we'll have tears in the coat. There'll be little tears there. Maybe stitches. Maybe stitches. Definitely want to add pockets. Nothing's worse than not having pockets, honestly. But I think this is too long, like, genuinely. You know what's crazy? I've been getting this ad in my ear whenever I do this stream, and it's just for, like, mayonnaise. And I'm like, what? I don't want mayonnaise. Why are you trying to market mayonnaise to me? But I do want this jacket or under jacket to be kind of tailcoat-ish. What I mean by tailcoat is obviously older suits used to be tailcoats. And other jackets used to be tailcoats. And it's basically a jacket. So we have our jacket right here. We got arms. We have back. But some tailcoats tend to have this little strap in the back that you can tighten, so the hips or the waist comes in and it gives you a much slimmer look. And some tailcoats have the, you know, you see it like in all the cartoons to where they have the guy on the piano and Bugs Bunny's messing with him, to they have the tailcoat and we have the little bits and bobs on the end. But then we also have the tailcoats that are, you know, let's just do other arms here. Give me a second. Do. that are just like, for lack of a word, if it's spread out, it kind of looks like a dress a little bit from the back, but it's shorter. It like it stays above the knees. I know this is like horribly proportioned. It's like, yo, is that a short sleeve? It's like, yeah, it is. It's short sleeves. But we have tailcoats that are essentially like, my brain's just like, oh, there's like a shadow there, and I'm like, we're not doing folds right now, brain. My brain's like, you gotta add the folds. It's like, no, we don't need to add details. Okay, chill. You don't need to add details. It's just to convey ideas. But I like this look better because it's essentially, if it makes more sense to you, it's a short trench coat. Because trench coats, obviously, you got person, boop, 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 boop. They wear trench coat, go up, cover body, and it goes down below the knees. All right, that's how trench coats work. And then you got knees. I put the knee joints in so you could be like, oh, I see, that's where it is. So we got hips, knees. All right, but the tailcoat stops here, right below the butt. Or sometimes, you know, it's a variation. So it's a variation between knees and butt, or hips, or whatever you want to call that area. I really don't feel like, what's it called? I feel like it's such a loaded question, because whenever I feel like people always be like, oh, I draw for like this long. I've been drawing for this long. I don't think it really matters, honestly, how long you've been drawing. I mean, like, if you want to know, it's a lot of years, all right? It's a lot of years. And there's a difference between the people who draw for fun from their imagination and the people who do still life and figure drawing. Like, the realms are completely different. Like, I've been to classes, I've been to figure drawings, I've been to, like, you know, when they have the naked person and you get an easel and you go in there and you just go. Like, I've been there. And you'd be like, oh, no, when you saw a naked person, it's like, yeah, it's not like it was like, what's it called? What's it called? What you're imagining. It's not at all. It's dim lights. You don't see much. And it's easels and you're doing shapes. It's not even a person up there to me. It's literally just shapes and bones. But, what's it called? I've seen so many accounts, so many people go from hard structure drawing from day one to 1 year that are definitely better than me at my current skill level. The people who have been drawing for a decade, and I've wondered how they get away with it, because there's some people that draw and they do art, all right? And I've seen it. And I've seen these people absolutely have public meltdowns in these, like, structured settings. Because they're like, if I could do what I want, it could be amazing. It's like, yeah, but we're doing structured art. There's a right way to do it. There's proper colors. There's proper line work. There's proper proportions. And these people come in. And they're like, I've been drawing for, like, such and such. Like, you don't understand. Like, that. Like, I know you don't mean anything by that, Deku. But it's one of those things where it's like, yo, they come in. They, like, max out their brush and they start playing with everything like it's watercolor. So it's like, oh, look, shade, 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 shade. And it'll be like something like a tree. So it's like, oh, here's my tree. And it's like, they'll slim it down. It's like, doot, 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 doot. And they're like doing their tree inside their, what's it called? And they'll just work in these huge shades, essentially, to the point where their page looks like this, and they have one really dark color, and you can't really make out any, like, structure or lines. It's, I don't want to say, like, an ink blob. I mean, like, it looks good, but it's one of those things to where it's like, that isn't proper thing, like your fire hydrant that you drew looks whack as hell, and everything doesn't look, it looks good, like, but it isn't right. And we had a whole conversation about this when I'm doing hair earlier, and a lot of people, when they draw hair, they draw it till it looks right, but it'll never be right. They do it till it looks good, but doing something till it looks good isn't correct, if that makes sense. And you'd be like, no, that doesn't make any sense. Art's about looking good. Doing something till it looks good isn't correct, doesn't sound right at all. And that's like, yeah, I know. It's a crazy, crazy concept. I'll give you a quick example of this. So, a lot of people, when they start drawing, they're like, okay, we can all agree, head got 2 eyes, a nose, and a mouth, right? So, we got our head. Wait, there we go. All right, so we got head, right? Wait, head, 2 eyes, and a mouth. Right? Everything's making sense. Oh yeah, we can't forget the nose. Nose important. But let's say you want to draw this head at like, I don't know, let's say like 3/4 turned. And it's turning to the right. All right. What a lot of people do is head, and they'll be like, okay, nose, 3/4 turn, eyes, mouth. And it's like, okay, cool. But it's like, oh no, that isn't right. And so they'll erase it, right? Because it's wrong. And they'll be like, the nose should be over more. Wait. Nose over more, right? And then they're like, okay, eye, mouth. And it's like, wait a second. Now this doesn't look right. Because look, the nose is over there, but the mouth is the same. And so are the eyes. So it's like, well, I gotta get it better now. So we'll try again. Mouth, nose, and they'll be like, eye. And it's like, wait, the eyes are too close now, and the mouth is still like the same, because the head's supposed to be 3/4 turned, right? I'll just put like the 3/4 turn. But that's wrong. And I'm not sure if you picked up on what they're doing wrong. And obviously these are stick figures, so it's not as easy to see. But what a lot of people do when you do a head turning, everything changes. Like, the mouth will be more over. You won't be able to see the whole mouth. The nose will be that direction. The eye will be like this, but the other eye may not even be visible depending on, like, how prominent your nose is. And everything will look good, but it's one of those things to where it's like a lot of people don't like all this open space right here that's left on the stick figure. And so what your brain does, and this is like, this isn't, it's also just like how your human brain's working, because my brain works in like 3D. A lot of people work in 2D in their brain, but my brain work in 3D because my hardware is all messed up, so it's harder for me. But what's it called? You have to take a 3D image. All right, so if you see something in 3D, this is why also art's hard, and you got to make it 2D. And you have to make it an illusion, essentially, which is hard. And this is also, like, important background information. And this is, like, one of those things where it's, like, once you understand, like, these basic concepts, you will improve quickly. Once you figure out where you're going wrong. Which is why I'm so like brutal a lot of times. So I'm like, nope, wrong, 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 wrong. And I'm like, I gotta remember. I'm like, we're going 3D to 2D, 3D to 2D. You know, in your brain, all these details essentially are on a human face. And you want to put all the details on the face. And you're thinking about it, but as you're thinking about it, you can always know there's two eyes, but what's actually visible, what you're seeing with your like physical eyes in that present moment may not even be another eye. You may not even see like the full image. You may not even see this entire other side of the human face. And so you see like grade schoolers, like when they first start drawing, it ends up looking like Picasso. You know, you got the jaw, you got the head, or it's no, you got the, what's it called? You got like the side profile with the nose and everything and the head. And they end up putting an eye over here and an eye here. And they draw like the whole mouth, right? And you end up with Picasso. Goodbye, Deku. But that's how, like, what's it called? So it's like, that's what it looks like if you're just like, that's what your brain's trying to do a lot of time when you're drawing. And essentially, moral of the story is, it doesn't matter if you started yesterday or if you've been doing it for 20 years. I've seen people who have been drawing for 30 years do it wrong and then have to relearn everything because they've just been having fun with it. And it's okay to have fun with it. It's art. It's whatever you want it to be. But if you're doing still life, if you're doing structure, if you're trying to make things look real, if you're trying to make something look accurate every time, like an example, Akira Toriyama, the creator of Dragon Ball, he made Dragon Ball Z. He has his character, all right, it's an anime. This character's name is Cell. You can look it up if you want. And on Cell's body, because he is a bio warrior or whatever you want to call it, he has all these little spots on him all over his body. And what Akira does every time he had to draw Cell was memorize all the shapes of these spots and draw them perfectly at the correct angle in the correct spots with the proper distortions everywhere. You know, I'm like, that's where the line really separates like people who are like amazing at art at bad at art. Someone who's bad at art and having fun with it will make the dots till the dots look right, till they look good. But what Akira does is he draws them correctly. He draws their shape, their distortion, everything. Everything is correct. Everything's where it should be. If you're drawing a leopard, all right, and you draw that same leopard again, all the spots should be in the same spot because it's the same leopard. You don't draw that leopard and put the spots in a bunch of different spots. Spot, spot, spot. How many times gotta say spots in a sentence? I know a lot of my friends are like, you talk too much about this subject. And it's like, it's all I've ever wanted and to do is art. And it's one of those things to where I'm like, I think back to it and I'm like, dang it, I should have gotten to singing. I could have been having karaoke streams, but instead I'm mentally farming myself on these art streams and giving, I don't know, like pseudo lectures on art mid drawings. And when I should be just making funny pictures, you know? When I should be like doing funny thing, I'm out here giving art lessons. And just like concepts. Not even like good lessons either. These lessons are butt. I know they're butt. I'm gonna erase that. Okay, so I'm happy with this. Okay, this I like. This I'm working with. I know, like, I remember this from like a crazy long time ago, and it was like completely out of nowhere. Someone brought this up, but they were like, I hate animes because what's it called? The anime side mouth. And what it is basically the head that comes down with the nose, and then you got the lips, and then you have the mouth that smiles, you know? But a normal human mouth, you know, if you're drawing like a real person, won't have that. They'll have lips and a chin. That's a bad chin. But they'll have lips. Maybe those lips may be parted a little bit, but essentially they don't have this big side mouth at all. Oh my gosh, I'm having one of those days to where like I've been streaming so much and I've been doing so much off stream to where I'm like, once I get here, I'm kind of dead. um and I don't know, this is one of those comments where I'm like, someone was like, I hate anime side mouth, it's stupid. And it's like the anime side mouth exists to make the characters more expressive. And they're like, I hate it because it's not real. And it's like, yeah, well, neither is shooting lasers from your hands or flying or the moon landing. But it's necessary. But oh, let me drink something real quick. It doesn't help that I've been getting sick all morning. All right, I had some soda. Have some water because you know you don't want to drink nothing but soda. It's not good for you. You want water. You need water. Always need water. You know what I need? I need to pre-order Borderlands 4 before I forget. I need to do that at some point today. I think this stream might be on the shorter side, unfortunately. But honestly, I've been having a lot of fun. I mean, like, it may not be like laughing crazy fun, but I just been having a lot of fun just talking about these concepts and other stuff, and I really do like talking about these. It's one of those things where it's like it's hard to find these concepts and like stuff, or like to pull them out of your local like art teacher at school or anywhere, because a lot of times art teachers at school, they know all these concepts but they won't fork it over. That's one of the things I hate most about my school so much. So it's like we have a really good art program, but it's just like a school, so they don't care. They're just like, yeah, draw whatever, do whatever. And it's just like, yo, when you're really just like trying to like pursue a passion, and like you got like the most like limp teachers that are there for the paycheck, it's horrendous. And it doesn't matter how much effort and work you put in if you're not given the tools to just like know better, essentially. And for a long time I never knew better, like at all, when I drew. It was one of those things where I'm like, yo, I draw and everything looks like butt, and it's just like, why does everything look like butt? And it's like, oh, structures, line weight, proportions. It's one of those things where it's like, those are just words. It's like, no, those aren't words. You know what I would struggle with? Getting the nose the right shape on the side profile. I always feel like I do it different every time. And I hate that I do it different every time. I don't want to do it different every time, but I always end up doing it different every time. And there's another part of me that's like, yo, let's just open up Liza P and, I don't know, be Pinocchio and slay monsters. It's like, no, we gotta doodle, we gotta draw, we gotta like get this reference sheet done. And it's like, oh, I want to slay monsters. It's like, I know I want to slay monsters too, but like, I like how I messed up the skull so many times. It looks like he's balding really bad. Hmm. My brain's like, okay, rib cage, guts. Like a lot of people will be like, why are you drawing rib cage? It's like the rib cage is part of a torso, okay? Like when you draw a character, when you draw a humanoid thing, when you draw any living creature, living creatures have bones, okay? And when you draw them and you imagine those bones and how they connect and how those bones correlate to each other in length and shape and everything, it improves your drawings so much. I'm not sure if you ever see like an isekai anime to where it's like a normal person from our civilization goes to like wizards and like witchcraft and swords and magic, and they pick up magic and it's like, oh, I know the concepts behind fire burning, but it's like because they're like all just like, oh, magic make fire burn. But it's like, no, I know why fire burns, oxygen, this, that, and the other thing. And they have all that background knowledge and they just pick up magic like instantly. It's the same way with art in the sense to where it's like when you draw a person and you're like, oh, that's how the jaw hinges to the upper part of the jaw or the skull. That's how your shoulders connect. Oh, your rotator cuff isn't actually like solid bone. It's just a series of tendons and muscles and not really like a real socket joint. It's like, wow, that is like crazy. I mean, like it's still a real socket joint, but it's not like, what's it called? Your hip socket joint to where your hip is like, you got your hip right here. Yeah, we're having fun anatomy lesson this stream. I've done this in the past where I'm like, yo, I go down the anatomy rabbit hole. But what's it called? We have our fun hip joint. All right. It looks like a bow. It looks like a little pretty little butterfly. But when you're socket joints, everyone's like, yo, it's a ball socket joint. So you got ball on stick, like an action figure. And then you got hole, all right? Balls and holes. And so you essentially got a joint that just moves around freely. It just goes up and down within the proper joint orientation. I forget where I was going with this one, but moral of the story is your shoulders is not like your hips to where your hips has the solid bone. And your joints don't, your bones don't touch. Like, contrary to popular belief, the bones in your body do not physically touch at any point. And if your bones did touch, that is a medical condition and that would hurt. Bones do not touch inside the body. They don't. That's the moral of the story. Moral, like, I'm shortening this entire lecture. Moral of the story, bones do not touch. And there's always a series of muscles and tendons and ligaments that stop that. And cushions. And I feel like I want to lay down. Like, I'm genuinely like, do I just go lay down? Do I just like... Oh my god! This is like... My brain's just like... funneling through so much info right now. It's insane. Like, I can't describe to you the amount of just like... Every time I draw... It is so overwhelming. It's insane. Especially when I'm drawing with structure. If I'm just like the other streams where I'm like, oh yeah, we're just having fun. We're just gonna draw a Pokemon. Oh, we're just gonna draw like this. It's like, no, I'm like, if I'm doing a reference sheet, I'm doing it right. I'm referencing bone structure. I'm referencing how hairs lays. I'm referencing how cloth folds. I'm referencing everything I can possibly think of to make the best thing I can. Hmm. Hmm. This is bad hair right now. This is horrible. This is horrendous. This is everything I hate. And I am trying to absolutely stay awake right now and doodle. And it's not working. My brain's like, let's play games. And I'm like, honestly, we may just play games. We genuinely might play games. I'm not even sure if anyone's even here listening to me just rant and rumble about art and other stuff right now at this very present moment, you know? It could just be me. I think it's just me. Yup, I just opened just to look and it's like, yup, it's literally just me. Literally the number count for my subscribers dropped. Unfortunately, a lot of people don't think anatomy and art and topics of such is not a very interesting topic at all. Unfortunately, that is I guess people don't want to learn. I guess people just want pretty picture, and I can get behind that, honestly. You don't want a boring anatomy lecture. You want pretty picture, which I should be doing. So this is good. This is like info to I'm like, yo, I won't stream this type of stuff. Lilligant, hello and welcome. I'm just coming to terms with people don't want a fun art stream to where I explain concepts of art while doing art. I mean, like, obviously we put in some jokes in between the art punches, but obviously it's one of those things where I'm like, this is sometimes you do something and it's not right and it's not entertaining. Or maybe people just laugh because people had to like do stuff, but I think it's just because what's it's I suck. Moral of the story. I hope you're having a good morning. I'm having a slow morning. I went to the movies late last night and I woke up early and I do not have enough sleep. I really do like Lilligant as a Pokemon though, like genuinely. I always think about putting it on my team and I never do. And I want to, and I hear my voice in my other ear and I hate it every time. I don't think anyone likes the sound of their own voice. Genuinely. I think you have to be a maniac to like the sound of your own voice. Unless you're like Morgan Freeman or you got one of those voices, so it's like, dang, I sound good. Then that's totally understandable. We do hair a bit there. See, the hair don't look so good from the side, and I'm trying to make it look better from the side, but at some points in art, sometimes stuff doesn't look good only for the fact because that's how the structure looks. You know, everyone has their good side and everyone has their bad side, and this is one of those times where it's like, yo, this is just the bad side. Actually, no, wait. I'm going with like the Astro Boy aesthetic to where it's like, yo, the points on the hair are always the same. Right now I'm just kind of getting like a reference sheet together for future reference, so I'm like, oh, that's how I do the hair. So this would be badder like this. Okay, so I can kind of do the hair like this, and then I can have the hair be completely different in the back. Okay, okay, I'm seeing how this is going. I really wish I learned how to sing versus draw, genuinely, because if I learned how to sing, at least I could do fun karaoke streams and be like, yo, this is entertainment purposes. No, like, I'm not using your songs as like copyright material. It's just like, yo, we're just having fun singing funny songs. I've been seeing so many karaoke streams lately, like pop up on my feed, and I'm like, how good could these karaoke streams even be? And I tune in and I'm like, holy crap, these are actually kind of fun. Like whether they're bad or good, it's guaranteed fun because you either get to clown on them for being bad, and if they're good, you get a show. I'm not a fan of that. I'm messing up the top. I'm doing too many of the little spiky spikes. Too many spiky spikes bad. All right, that's not accurate. That's not good. That's not how hair looks. That's not how hair is. Okay, so I think I need to stop drawing for now. I've been drawing for a long time. I was drawing before this stream, and then I started, and then I started the stream because I'm like, you know what? I'm already here. I'm already doodling. I might as well start streaming. And we're just gonna swap games, and I may actually not even swap games. I'm not even sure. Hold up, wait. I'm getting pinged. Hold up. I'm getting the DMs. I hate that YouTube doesn't update its numbers. You know what I hate so much? The fact that I literally saw my subscriber count drop this stream, and then I saw it go back. I mean, like, thankfully it went back up, but it's one of those things where it's like, gosh dang it. I'm like, sometimes I like the input of being like, dang it, I lost a subscriber. Oh, I gained a subscriber. Oh, I lost a subscriber. Oh, I gained a subscriber. Literally, the last... What's the word? 2 weeks has literally been lose a subscriber, gain a subscriber. And I'm like, I'm doing better. I'm progressing the channel. I'm doing like stupid paperwork, and oh my god. I feel like this entire week, like, you know when you have weeks and it's like literally life is against me and there's a cajillion billion setbacks. There has like been a cajillion billion setbacks, and it's frustrating. It's not worth crashing out over, but it's one of those things where it's like, this is unfortunate. Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna close this. I'm gonna rebrand the stream. This has not been, I mean, like, this has been an enjoyable stream, but it's one of those things where I'm like, dang it. I want to lay down. I think I may just need to, like, lay down, maybe. I don't know. Maybe I'm just exhausted. Art exhausts me sometimes. Let me just open up game first. All right. I don't want to do, like, any, like, crazy game. I just want to do what I was doing yesterday, which was just a game that nobody cares about or knows that exists. And get 0 viewers, because I already have 0 viewers, so it don't matter in this moment in time. Because sometimes when there's nobody watching and it's just like, it's just me talking into the void of the internet, the uncaring, did I say uncaring twice? Yeah, the uncaring void. It don't matter what I do. Ah, dang it. Ah, dang it. I grabbed that by accident in the game, yanked it over. All right, change there. Come on, come on, come on. Update, 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 update. Close that. Close that. Return to Twitch. Return to the all-encompassing darkness known as Lies of P. Oh, the menu changed because I'm in a different part of the game. Oh, that's kind of cool. Really interesting. I really like that. I'm by the end of the game, so now we're just like on the beach, which is kind of cool. It's gonna be really sad when Borderlands 4 comes out because everyone's gonna be playing that game, and I'm gonna be trying to stream it, and it's gonna be one of those things where I'm like, I'm never gonna get any new viewers because everyone and their mom's gonna be doing it, and I really do want to do more Pokemon. I want to do more Pokerogue. The only reason I haven't done Pokerogue is it's the same issue I've been seeing with FNAF streams, to where it's like, oh man, that's so cool, but it's so, what's the word? They're only there for FNAF and nothing else, and it's hard. When your entire viewer base only likes one thing, and no matter how good of a job or how well you do or how well you play or whatever you do, they do not care because it is not FNAF. And it's discouraged. Honestly, this entire month has been nothing but discouragements from streams and like 1,001 reasons to just quit. Like, I swear to God, like, there is some cruel god looking down on me, and he's just like, let's make this mortal quit on his dreams. Not even of being a big streamer, just, I don't know, just streaming in general. Let's crush him. Did I? Yeah, I just broke my shins. Ankles slightly fractured. That's okay. All right, so I think when we left off, yeah, we just run up here, stab you. We just gotta work our way up. We gotta work our way all the way up to the top of this tower and kill the final boss. I don't know, this is a weird spot to be, but this is where we left off yesterday. On the no one cares about this game stream. Okay. Whoops. Almost, I thought about... Nope. No. No. Bad guy. Bad. Don't do that. Can I drop? No, no, no. I can't drop down there. Can drop down here, though. Oh, no. Oh, no, 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 no. No, sirree. No, sir. That is a no. Hold up. I can big brain this. Okay, cool. I'm glad I got the resistance because that could have been bad if I didn't have the resistance, like genuinely. Wait, hold up. Is there a... Oh, wait, walk around there. Don't touch the pressure plate. Wait, I want to like hit it for the... Ah, that's what comes out of the wall. I hit it for the meme. All right, I hit it for the meme. I hit it for the meme. The meme. Oh, exhaustion. We can all relate to exhaustion, right? And how exhausting it is being exhausted. Oh, you kind of tanky. Oh, I blocked that, but that was a grab, so it don't matter. Oh my god. Can I kill you somehow, some way? Maybe not. Oh no. Hold up. How do I get in here? Wait a second. Do I not have another Trinity key? Because there was some stuff I didn't open before. How do I get this last door open? I remember on my last playthrough, I'm like, I'll get that door open on my next playthrough. And I can't get it open now. Do I just not have any more keys? Apparently so. That actually really freaking sucks. Oh, I need the chosen ones, Trinity. Okay, so it's a different key. Entirely. That I've never found before. Okay. That's cool, I guess. We're gonna figure that out. At some point, so... First things first, let's get some collectibles. Wait. Okay, that was weird. Like, really weird, but... Can I just drop down? Yes. The stairs or recommendations I do not care for. Alright, come on down. I'm gonna get a donut real quick because I just remembered I had donuts from yesterday and I didn't finish them. I'm gonna go eat them. Stay old donuts. Yo, who else loves stale donuts? I love stale. I'm back. I'm eating a donut. Hmm. Oh, shoot! I'm sitting here trying to eat a donut and this guy's jumping me. Hmm. All right. Ladder down. Up and around. There should be a collectible, mayhaps. Or a person that I don't want to fight at the moment. Definitely a person I don't want to fight at this very moment in time. We're just gonna walk back around and get a bunch of stuff real quick. Let's down this way. Ah, that's the way I came. Okay. Ow. All right, so I think there's an extra NPC I can get by going down. Hello.
I'm not going back. I am sick of consuming ergo. It's cruel. There's real meals and real songs out there. I'm not just a memory-reading tool. What? You're not the inspector? Well, if you're from the outside, that means we can leave.
Yes,
Thanks.
you can leave.
I know the way out, so don't worry about me. Maybe I'll see you on the outside.
Maybe.
I can read. Ergo is crystallized time. It's the. I can't. I can't.
Okay. Pop this open. God, I'm dragging hard right now. I think I might just make Sundays like rest days, honest to God, because I am so utterly gassed out. And there's a part of me that's like, nah, bro, we gotta keep up on the grind, you know? It's like, oh, I can't grind no more. I'm gonna go lay down. I think, maybe, may chance. Okay, so I do believe I'm going to not go back up. I'm going to take this elevator, go to the appropriate floor, and get off on said appropriate floor. Hit the next checkpoint, and I may just call it a short stream, honestly. I know a lot of people are like, yo, 2 hours is a good time for a stream. It's like, oh my gosh. I'm like, 2 hours isn't long enough. It really isn't. I don't know. It's one of those things from like, I'm so absolutely exhausted. And I'm not even sure if like, if there's people watching or not. Genuinely, because a lot of people like to lurk, and that's okay. But it's one of those things where it's like, it's nice to see someone say something every so often. And there's always, I always get this big boost at the beginning of streams because there's always like 2 or 3 people that come by and they're like, hey, how are you? Yeah, I'm like, I love that. And then it's just like 10 minutes later, it's just me again. Sometimes, and oftentimes.
Whoa! Is that you? Wow. Your fighting is always my last choice. And I actually thought we were in the end.
Yes, we can be friends. Here you go.
I'm sick of it. My sister and I are going to leave for... You have to know, ultimately, we want the same thing.
Goodbye, little black cat.
And you have to know that ultimately...
Okay, you're done with your dialogue. All right, goodbye. So if you just like, no, screw you, I'm not giving you the item, I gotta fight him, but I don't feel like fighting him. I just feel like walking past and being a cool bro. All right, I want to be good. Okay, wait, hold up. Does ladder go down? Oh, I thought there was an item. I mean, like, there was an item. That's what, this is a shot put. Okay, that wasn't a shot put. But I thought it was. I don't know how I feel about this sword. I'm gonna be honest. This sword is really cool, and it looks really cool, but like, combat-wise, it's not doing much for me. All right, so I am incredibly gassed out. I'm going to do the healthy human thing, and I'm going to stop because a lot of people will be like, yo, just stop streaming. And I'm gonna listen to those people, even though I really don't want to. I want to keep going, but I'm gonna stop. And I will say, if you liked, please subscribe. Please subscribe. Please like. And we got Discord in the description to let you know if there's anything stopping the streams and when streams start. That's there, mainly for scheduling and to really let you know when streams are alive or dead. And also a bunch of other fun junk there that you can do. Not really a lot. There's our channel, there's general, and then it's worth, all right? It's worth, trust. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. I gotta figure out some stuff today, and I will be back probably later today with another stream if I don't sleep for 16 hours. If I'm not on streaming, I'm asleep. I'm dead. I'm gone. So anyways, thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and goodbye.